That's great, John. So the question came in, basically asking, are there ways to proactively measure, potential discrimination? So kind of thinking about the application of analytics in this space, maybe in a more predictive fashion, right? Are you seeing any of that, or is it still in the more kind of retrospective, type of examination?
Yeah, I mean, I can take a first, crack at that, and Tony, feel free to add. But I think definitely in the selection assessment space, it's really a good opportunity for companies to explore different tools, test them out, maybe with current employees before they roll them out with applicants, and look for patterns of bias. Maybe they're replicating bias that they've already had in the organization through the questions they're asking or the tools that they're using. So it is a way that you can kind of be a little bit more proactive and predictive, in the sense that you're trying to identify tools that are both effective in identifying high performers and a good fit for the job, but also tools that, if you want to call it legally compliant, but more so than that, help diversify the workforce. So I think you are starting to see that, especially in the algorithms assessment space, and potentially other areas of HR, but definitely in that area.
Yeah, John, I think I would just add, but for whoever made that question, I would hope that they see a decline in the number of complaints of discrimination inside of your organization would be a great indicator that you're making progress towards that. I mean, any organization that is experiencing accusations or allegations of discrimination, there should be concern, and looking at those areas in which John pointed to becomes important. I think where this becomes vitally important is learning to look at the processes that we created for our organization and institution through the lens of inclusion or through the lens of equity, and have we unintentionally created barriers that are not necessarily related to essential functions of a job to identify what talent is like, or what talent needs to have in order to be successful or a leader inside of our organization. And so just learning to look through that lens is one of the things in which you can utilize or practice to ensure that you're creating an environment or an opportunity that is fair and equitable to everyone. The outcome of that, though, is looking at your organization, and you can see, where there are barriers. If I'm looking at my job and I have 100 people in this job function and only one person who identified as an underrepresented minority, that's an indication that I might want to look just to make sure that I don't have any policies that could be inadvertently leaving people out. In particular, if my organization has more than one underrepresented person within it. So there are some common sense things, and then there are some practical things that we can do.